So it's still cold, but the snow has kind of melted up. So anyway, I was planning to uh, pair some birds up. So that was the list on my agenda. So I'm still gonna do that. So here we go. We got some rollers, a pair of Mookies, two pairs of rollers, and this is an odd bird. Somebody found this bird the other day in a Best Buy parking lot, and they brought the bird to me. I think it's a Spanish powder, and brought the bird to me. I believe it's a cockbird. He's doing fine. I wormed him. Tried to find the owner, but I haven't found the owner yet. But that is him over there. He's just in quarantine. So we got it's a Brussels cockbird over here with the open laced, black lace chin. Trying to pair them up. Then we got a these cockbirds are ready to mate. He's a Hardesty cockbird, and that hen is from my stock. So I didn't raise the cockbird, I bought the cockbird. And these two are from my stock too. We got a almost a kite, the black check with kite on it, cockbird with an almond ball head hen, both are ball heads. So she's a really young hen from last year, but I think she's ready to mate. And then we got a pair of Mookies over here. We got an almond cockbird over here. He's split for brown. Try to mate him with a black hen. This was a last year's bird. She's also from last year. That should be a good mating over here. These cockbirds don't play around, and they're ready to get mated up. They're on a mission. He's a very aggressive cockbird. That almond hen, she has a nice patch on the side. You might have, you guys can see that in the video, like turns around on this side. She has a patch. I love those patches. Very good. But I was waiting for that. I think that's a really young bird. I think it's a Cuban powder. It's called young bird over there. And the color is on that is either it's a smoky. It's actually smoky. That's very cute. One of the Cuban powders they call it smoky. This almond cockwood is out of an almond cock and a brown hen. So he carries brown. I was planning to mate him to a brown hen so I can raise some brown almonds. And you know, it's really hard to raise brown almonds. The crossover rate is, you know, to get a brown almond is very small. But I would like to have some brown almonds. But I didn't have a spare brown hen for the time being, so I went with the black hen. But let's see how these pairings are going to go through, you know. He's out of nice performing stock over there. So I just wanted to add some new blood to my family and decided to go with him. But let me catch this hen over here. You guys can see it's actually opal lace. You can see some opal lacing. Like, it's hard to see clearly, but this bird would throw some black lace eggs. So maybe I'll raise some black grizzles. Black grizzles, I mean like, or some black lace grizzles, opal lace grizzles. So. But this pair, you know, since he has a good kite on it and she's an almond, it should get some good almonds out of it. I don't like the way she holds the wings like that. That's the only thing I hate about her. But she's an itty bitty bird. But sometimes she drops her wings. But she's a beautiful bird, small bird. So I hope they get paired up, and I might even let this pair raise the youngsters in this 2x2 cage. I do have other brown hens in Mookies, but one of the brown is a brown bar hen. She's sitting on eggs, and then his mother is a brown check hen. She's also sitting on eggs, and I don't want to mate him back to his mother. But I do have a nice solid brown hen. She's mated to a Deroy cockbird, and thinking maybe I might split that pair up and pairing him up with that hen. But they have two babies that are getting ready to wean out, so I'm gonna wait till those babies are fully weaned. And in the meanwhile, if these guys get paired up, see what happens. If they don't get paired up, I would put him with that brown hen. But yeah, that is something that was on my agenda. I was thinking maybe I shouldn't do it because it's too cold here, but decided to go along with it. You can see that there's a newly made a pair of reverse wings over here. I just paired these up last week. There's a red cockbird with a yellow hen. I raised that yellow hen last year. And the cockbird he's also actually from last year too. He's a over marked on the wings. You can see like they should have a perfect heart-shaped marking on the back. And you can see like he's over marked on the wing, and also on his eye he's over marked too. But you know, they complement each other quite well. Like he has good structure, good globe, nice height. So I want to see. Here's the only spare cockbird I have that I can put with her. Only thing I'm worried about this mating is that, like, if you look on her eyes, like the color is kind of close to the marking on her eye. It's really close to her eye, and the same thing with him too. So that might be a problem. But let's see what happens. Here we go. This is a nice pair of white ball rollers. And here's what happened. They had 2 babies on them, and like they didn't really sit well. And with the cold temperature, the babies froze to death. And the thing with rollers, I took the babies away and threw them away and took the nest ball away. Boom. They get to mating. And they're ready for action, ready to lay the next set of eggs as soon as you take the nest box away from them. Here's one of my nice yellow reverse wing cocks. It's one of my breeders. I trimmed his tail because his tail was getting dirty, and he's actually made it to a black hen. The first time ever doing yellow to black. I think it's an interesting combination. Let's see what happens. But see, as soon as the weather gets cold, a lot of birds will sit like this. That's what they call villages. And here we go. Here's that pair of blues in here. They laid a set of eggs, and I put it underneath homers. Now they're mating up for the next set of eggs, but they're paired up pretty nice. And look at that. Everybody's getting ferocious in here. This guy might need some grit because he's looking for a lot of stuff, so I might give him some grit. But anyway, that is some new pairings. So I'll give you guys an update later on how did these pairings go. But it's fun. I hope this cold weather goes away fast, and it's really nice to just come over here, sit over here, watch the birds. But when the weather is too cold, you just want to stay inside. Let me take it. You can see some. You can see like on the tail, there's a brown. Now you can see even there's some brown on there too, like that. he's split for brown. I know he carries brown for sure, but sometimes they do show that on their body, on almonds. But that's it. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this guy. I might just mate him up with a Homer hen and use him as a feeder. But he's an interesting fellow. I heard these guys can be very dominant, and they can beat up other birds pretty fast. So I wish it was a hen, then wouldn't be that aggressive. But I don't know how it's gonna go down. But I tried to call the number on the band, and I left a message, and I haven't got any callbacks. If you look at those reverse wings, how tall they are, they got good structure. That's the main thing that I really care about, how the structure. And that's majority of these show breeds. There I go. I gotta caught him in action too. But anyway, going back to these show breeds, you just the birds that you like Indian fantails, reverse wings, powders, and all. Their structure is a very important part, and I always pay attention to their structure, the way they're built. Markings also plays a big part, but they need to have a good length on their legs, on powders and all. So that is a main thing that I kind of pay attention to. But anyway, that's about these guys. I hope they get paired up fast. Now this guy is getting in action.